Hi there, and welcome back to Stubbs Aquatics. In this episode, my buddy Darren's going to drop by. We're going to do some DIY filters for us low-budget pond keepers. We're going to show you how easy it can be done and for how little it can be done. And then we're going to misbehave. Stay tuned. Have a couple laughs, maybe a beverage or two. So we picked the hottest day of the year so far. It's 31, 32 degrees in the shade, and that's without the humidity. So little skinny fellas like us are not feeling this heat whatsoever at all. So the whole idea on this filtration, I wanted to add to what I already had. I looked around to see what we already had here, and this is what I found, and this is what we're going to build. Darren, Fish World, Darren. We're about to make an attempt at making some DIY filters for low budget or cheap people like me. But first, we need a little incentive, being beer.
Gotta hydrate.
Hydration is important.
Very.
So I've got an old rain barrel that I've cut the top off. I actually used it last year to breed some fish in. I'm going to put this inside it. It's got brushes at the bottom. Water's going to have to come up through here. I've got the lid. I'll drill a bunch of holes and then attach the brushes, and then it'll cause it to swirl. Hopefully the big particles get hung up, and then we'll cut a hole and it'll come out and then go into the Laguna filter falls. It just wasn't enough filtration. So adding this will double the filtration. The other barrel I had, unfortunately, had ribbed in it. But I do have a good sized 170 liter tote, which is about the perfect size. Now, I couldn't afford the bulkheads because they're like crazy dollars. So I'm going to attach two toilet flanges, one on either side. For $7 each, compared to about a $70 bulkhead, especially when it's 3 inches. So hopefully this works. We can always add and change to this filter later. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do for a bottom drain or a drain on them yet, but it could be just a water spigot, or we'll figure out something, but that'll probably be more here.
So that's just like
All right.
the water go down through?
Actually, the water's coming up to it.
Okay.
So the water's going to come through. We're going to have to drill a hole here.
Yeah.
And then the water's going to come up.
So the pipe is going to go down through that hole, the big one in the middle, and then bubble back up through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the idea on this one is these are just chimney brushes. They're a lot cheaper than anything pond related. So anything heavy is going to get collected here before it comes up and goes through the drilled holes. Then it'll go through a sponge, and what these are just what you would get when you do cleaning services, and they're scrubbing pads. So if you know somebody in the cleaning business, that's it. And they come in various thicknesses and colors for density. So a bit of a backstory here. My best buddy here, Darren, who is well, he's a jack of all trades. He's a Lindsay MacGyver. Anyways, known each other all our lives. Actually played football against each other many moons ago. Just in case you're wondering, that's not an actual university I went to. It's a bar. It's not that I have an issue, but he's been to the same bar, so I can't say anything.
Fantastic bar.
Yes. Anyways, Darren and I were coppers, and I think my wife may have mentioned that, you know, we'd show up at a bar fight and we'd look at each other and we'd giggle like little schoolgirls because, hell, that was fun.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah. So, back to that. Darren, because, you know, his wife is in the same profession, she gets promoted and can't live in the same town. So, of course, she has to live about 3 hours away. So, what do? They buy a second house. Because everyone wants a second house these days.
Oh, yeah. They're super cheap.
Yeah, it's next to nothing.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, Darren just joined the pond club. He now has koi and shabumpkins. He's learning the difference. He's built himself some filters, and now he's in the pond. Let me see.
Fraternity shows.
Yeah, fraternity
Yeah. Or something.
or issues. But it just causes us to get together that much more often and have the odd adult beverage.
So when Darren and Jen bought the new house, it came already equipped with a koi pond. This partially raised koi pond in the back of their yard is covered with a gazebo. It's a pretty cool setup, but needed some assistance with filtration. I was able to give them some guidance there as I had some bit of knowledge on it. I think they're really going to enjoy this pond. They definitely take a lot of videos of it now and even send them to me, so I know they're kind of hooked. In fact, Darren already has a koi mug, so yeah, I'm pretty sure they're already hooked. And it's great to have a friend that has the same interest as you now. So I can actually return the favor and give him more guidance. I definitely have my eye on one or two of these shabumpkin in here. I think we might have to make a trade. Yeah, I can see that coming. One or two of these want to come and live at Stubbs' house. I know it.
You see how it's going through? Yeah, perfect. Well, this one seems to be working pretty good. I don't see any leaks. Well, here goes nothing. This is a 55-gallon drum. Of course it's raining, so it'll be harder to tell. May not work. These mats may float and cause me grief, which I think is a possibility. May have to weigh those down. That's really moving. That's a 3-inch toilet flange, and
It's using all of it.
yeah, and then some. Well, I think we have success.
Yeah.
So just to recap, we've used a tote, 2 sets of toilet flanges. We constructed a rubber gasket out of leftover pond liner, so I'm sure everyone has that. So that one was really inexpensive. And then we'll deal with the 55-gallon drum that cost me all of $20 last year. Again, we've used 2 sets of toilet flanges and an elbow, 100% pure silicone. I had some leftover wire brushes and a couple extra mats. So
we'll see how that does. But right now, it doesn't appear to be leaking, and we've doubled our capacity. Now, some people will ask why I didn't use permanent pipes here, because in Canada that would all freeze and I'd have to dismantle everything. So I just disconnect the hoses, turn the containers upside down, and put them in the garage until next year when I need them again. I want to thank everyone for sticking around and watching. I hope this helped someone that is building their own filters. I know they're not perfect, but you know, it's what we could afford and what we were capable of doing. It was a lot of fun. I want to thank Darren for his help. You know, we had to deal with a bit of elements, the heat, and then later rain, and then of course beer. But it was fun. Anyways, for those who haven't subscribed already, would really appreciate it if you did. It really helps out me and the channel. Take care, everyone. Don't forget to hit that like button as well. See you real soon.